In today's video, we're diving into a topic that affects many of us more than we realize: the scarcity mindset. You know, that little voice in your head that whispers, there's not enough to go around, even when your fridge is full of snacks? We're going to shine a light on that sneaky mindset and uncover its hiding spots. Because let's face it, life's too short to be stingy, right? So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's get straight to the point and uncover the 7 signs of someone with a scarcity mindset. Don't worry, I promise it'll be more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Okay, first up, let's talk about money, honey. It's something we all think about, whether we like it or not. We all know money doesn't buy happiness, but it can sure buy a lot of stuff that makes us happy, right? From that dream vacation to a fancy dinner with friends, money can open doors to experiences that bring joy. But folks with a scarcity mindset, they're always worried about the green stuff. They stress over every bill, every coin, and every financial decision. It doesn't matter if they've got a vault full of cash like Scrooge McDuck, they're convinced they're one latte away from living under a bridge. It's a constant state of financial anxiety. They pinch pennies like their life depends on it, clip coupons like it's an Olympic sport, and stress about every single purchase. Every trip to the store becomes a mission to save as much as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, being financially responsible is important. Budgeting, planning, and saving are all crucial for a secure future. We should all be mindful of our spending, but when you're constantly anxious about money, even when you're doing okay, that's a sign that pesky scarcity mindset might be creeping in. It's about finding a balance between saving and living. Splurge a little, treat yourself, and remember, it's all about balance, people. Enjoy the fruits of your labor without guilt. Life is too short to be constantly stressing about dough. All right, next up, let's talk about taking risks. You know, those scary, exhilarating leaps of faith that make life interesting? Well, someone with a scarcity mindset would rather eat broccoli for a year than take a chance on something new. They're terrified of failure, so they stick to what they know, even if it's making them miserable. But here's the thing. Sometimes, the greatest rewards come from stepping outside our comfort zones. So the next time you're faced with a decision, and that little voice whispers, "What if you fail?" Tell it to take a hike. Because you know what? Even if you do stumble, at least you tried, and that's something to be proud of. Okay, let's move on to another classic sign of a scarcity mindset: hoarding. And I'm not just talking about those reality shows with houses overflowing with newspapers and empty yogurt containers. We're talking about people who stockpile everything from clothes they never wear to expired coupons. They cling to possessions like a lifeline, convinced they'll need them someday, even if they haven't touched them in a decade. Now, I'm all for being prepared, but there's a fine line between being organized and being a full-blown hoarder. Holding on to stuff we don't need creates clutter, both physically and mentally. If it doesn't spark joy, let it go. Donate it, sell it, or give it to a friend who might actually use it. All right, let's talk about envy for a moment. We've all felt it, that twinge of jealousy when someone else is living their best life. But for those with a scarcity mindset, envy is like a constant companion, whispering in their ear, "You're not good enough," every time someone else succeeds. They see someone else's accomplishments as their own personal failures, instead of celebrating their victories. Here's the deal. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your own. Instead of feeling envious, try celebrating their achievements and using them as motivation to pursue your own goals. So the next time you find yourself feeling jealous, take a deep breath, send that person some good vibes, and get back to focusing on your own journey. Okay, this next one might sting a little, but we gotta talk about it. Sharing. It's a topic that can bring up a lot of mixed feelings for people. You know, that beautiful act of generosity that makes the world a better place? Sharing can create bonds, foster community, and spread joy. Well, for someone with a scarcity mindset, sharing is about as appealing as a root canal. The idea of giving away something they have can be incredibly uncomfortable. They hoard their time, money, and resources like they're the last supplies on a deserted island. It's a survival mechanism, but it can also be isolating. Now, I understand that everyone has different boundaries when it comes to sharing, and that's totally okay. It's important to respect those boundaries and not push people too far out of their comfort zones. But when you find yourself constantly saying no to opportunities to give back or help others, it might be time to check in with yourself and see if that scarcity mindset is holding you back. Reflect on why you feel the need to hold on so tightly. Be a little more open to sharing your gifts, talents, and resources with the world. You might be surprised at how much richer your life becomes when you let go of that scarcity mindset and embrace the abundance that comes from giving. Let's talk about that little voice inside our heads, The one that seems to pop up at the most inconvenient times. The one that's constantly criticizing, doubting, and second-guessing everything we do. Yeah, that one. It's like an unwelcome guest that just won't leave. Well, for someone with a scarcity mindset, that voice is basically a megaphone, blasting negativity on repeat. It amplifies every fear and insecurity. They tell themselves they're not smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough to achieve their dreams. It's a constant barrage of self-doubt. But here's the truth. That negative voice is a liar. It's a fabrication of our fears and insecurities. It's just trying to keep you small and safe, but you, my friend, are destined for great things. You have the potential to achieve more than you can imagine. So, the next time that voice starts its negativity spiel, crank up the volume on your inner cheerleader. Let your positive thoughts drown out the negativity. Remind yourself of all the amazing things you've accomplished, big or small. Every achievement counts and builds your confidence. Focus on your strengths, celebrate your successes, and never, ever stop believing in yourself. You are capable, you are strong, and you are worthy of all your dreams. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about perspective. That magical lens through which we view the world? Well, someone with a scarcity mindset tends to see the world through a pair of cloudy, rain-soaked glasses. They focus on what they lack, what's wrong with their lives, and all the things they don't have. But here's the thing. Gratitude is the antidote to scarcity. When we focus on what we're grateful for, our perspective shifts. We start to see the abundance in our lives, the beauty in the everyday, and the opportunities that surround us. When we approach life from a place of gratitude, we open ourselves up to receiving even more abundance. I hope this video helped you identify any sneaky scarcity mindset habits you might have picked up along the way. Remember, life is too short to be ruled by fear and lack. Embrace abundance, believe in yourself, and never be afraid to share your gifts with the world.